can feel the weight of this crown I wear.
Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're talking about a Netflix feature that was released this Friday, The King. Tell me in the comments below if you had a chance to watch it. I actually woke up very early Friday morning to take a look at this movie. I was really excited about it. So tell me what you guys thought in those comments below. But in the meantime, let's talk The King. Hal, wayward prince and heir to the English throne, is crowned King Henry V after his tyrannical father dies. Now the young king must navigate palace politics, the war his father left behind, and the emotional strings of his past life. Now when it comes to Netflix's original content, they put a lot of great quality into their work. I'm speaking mostly about their television original content. House of Cards, Orange is the New Black, and Stranger Things among their most recent and most popular shows. Everyone knows about them. When it comes to their movies though, they're a bit hit or miss. Mostly miss for me. A lot of the movies I have seen were okay, and then the majority of them were some that I were not even interested in even seeing. And up until this year, we had a lot of pretty interesting movies that have been coming on Netflix. And up until last year, we've had a lot of films that were distributed by Netflix that were in consideration for the Oscars, Roma for one. And ever since then, I was kind of interested to see how these movies were. And I was seeing films like The Outlaw King that came out earlier this year with Chris Pine, and it's a historical epic just like The King is. Now, that's my favorite type of genre. If anyone were to ask me what genre I like, it would probably be historical epic type of films because they put a lot of work into them. There's thousands of extras they use, the production design, the score, everything is on a grand scale. And I just look forward to that type of pageantry and the way that the storytelling is told. But there's a point where too much is too much, and certain movies tend to put too much of that grand scale into it that makes it look kind of tacky and cheap. Though this film was at many film festivals, it was getting a lot of praise. So when I first heard of it, it seemed very interesting to me, and I saw the preview for it. It looked promising, but I was still a little bit skeptical. And I actually read this movie's partially based upon Shakespeare's stories of Henry V. That kind of interests me, even though this is also based on factual events. And not only that, it was the cast that was another thing that attracted me. Timothée Chalamet, for example, he's a young actor that I think is probably one of the best in his age bracket group right now in Hollywood. And he's only been in a small handful of films just because he's still so young. But the movies he has been in were great, and I think this is honestly one of the best performances I've ever seen him in out of all the movies that I've personally seen. And you have a cast of many other great actors in this film. Robert Pattinson, he unfortunately has a smaller role in this movie. And you have actors like Sean Harris as well, and just so many other very talented actors. But Timothée Chalamet, he's the one who shines the most. He's obviously the main star of this film, but you can see his character go through his stages of life as the movie begins. He's proclaimed king, and he's personally going through his struggles and challenges of what his father left behind as he has to battle wars and figure out things for himself. So you see him going from a boy to a man to a king throughout this whole 2-hour and 10-minute movie. So if you're interested in that type of stuff along with the whole historical aspect of it, you will enjoy this film. Now, a majority of people that like seeing this type of movies are interested in like all the battle scenes and a lot of action. We do have that in this film. It gets in your face with those sequences, and they're worth waiting for. The thing is, you don't see a lot of it until about an hour and so into the movie. There's a lot of dialogue, a lot of conversation. Mind you, as I said before, it's kind of based off of a Shakespeare play, so you'll see a lot of conversations like that, but it's a way to get the characters developed so you get a real good feel of them. And I think that's one of the reasons why this movie stood out more compared to the other historical epics that Netflix has released. It was very convincing, it was very emotionally draining, and even the war sequences, as I said before, they really put you in the middle of that battlefield. In the end, it's just a movie that I think has very strong consideration to be part of the Oscar list for next year, and I see it possibly Best Picture, a lot of Best Acting nominations. Just very well-rounded movie. Not the best movie of the year by any means, but really it's probably one of Netflix's best films that I have personally seen, and I just recommend it to anyone that loves this type of movie. But after seeing this movie and Roma, it really gives me faith now that Netflix can bring out a lot of great content in regards to their feature films, as much as I already have faith in their television content. And we already have a lot of great movies coming out from Netflix that have been out in other theaters for the festivals and getting a lot of critical acclaim, like Martin Scorsese's The Irishman coming out this month, and then next month we have Marriage Story. Both films are destined to get some Oscar consideration, so it's really cool for someone like me that is able to see these movies in the comfort of their own home on a streaming service like Netflix, because these films are not really playing anywhere near me locally. But anyways, guys, that was my talk on The King. Once again, tell me in the comments below, what did you think about this movie? If this is a movie you think that might be for you, I think it's worth watching. It's 2 hours and 10 minutes. I watched it right before work, so I woke up early for it, and I think it was worth waking up early for. But thank you guys so much for hearing me out. Don't forget to subscribe so we can talk movies and more. I'll see you later.